Hello and welcome to Community Spotlight with myself, Stubbs Gaming. If you want to check out a cool gaming website that's independent and not mainstream media, please check out www.bg4ghub.com for independent reviews, news, opinion pieces, podcasts, and more. This week we have JAGO KUKEN on. How are you doing, mate?
I am good, brother. I am good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, thanks. I'll be glad to learn to walk again in January. I can.
let's
I
hope
can.
so.
I can wait better then. It'd be 3 months then. I've been off it,
Been a while.
but I can hop though. I can stand and stabilize. I can stabilize myself now. I'm allowed to.
That's good. At least you're able. At least you're able to stand
So
up. At least.
it said it builds your muscle up in your legs. But yeah, that would be good. I'll be fine. You know,
I know you're.
I've got to go physiotherapy
I know you're
as
looking
well.
forward to getting out of the wheelchair.
Yeah, well, I haven't actually been in a wheelchair. I use the wheelchair at the odd time, but I hop round the house with
Oh,
a
okay.
frame.
Gotcha.
Like grannies have
Oh
a
yeah,
frame.
yeah.
It hasn't got wheels on it.
Oh, got you.
I've got one
Okay.
of them. So you've had a busy one by sounds of it. I tell you, you're one of the hardest working people I know on the Twitter community. It's always I don't know anyone that doesn't have as much time. I mean, I know it's obviously not through choice, but you're just so hard working. But you'll be a millionaire one day.
My wife tells me that all the time. That she's like, you're the hardest working guy I know. So I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
that stuff.
no, you definitely are.
Like,
Yeah.
that's why I don't like. I can't do two things at once. Like I'm resting and playing Cyberpunk today, but you hadn't seen me really on social media because I've just been playing gaming because I don't have a lot of time to game.
Yeah, it is better. I mean, I need to cut down my Twitter usage because, to be honest, it's because I've been off. You see, I fuck about a lot, and it becomes more of an addiction. You see, to go on Twitter rather than a need.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? That's the problem.
Yes, I know.
And that's where I say stupid. I sometimes do say stupid stuff, and which I regret on Twitter. But I
That
always
was me.
I always love your stuff though on Twitter when you put stuff.
That was me, Stubbs. I mean, I got to the point where I was on it during the day, and with what I do, I can't. I mean, I don't really need to be on Twitter because I'm not getting my job done. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, exactly.
I've got to the point if I'm not home, I'm not on Twitter. I might check DMs once in a while, but if I'm not home, you won't see me tweeting.
That's fair enough. I mean, people tell me just to stick to DMs. Don't look at Twitter. You'd be fine. So it's too tempting.
It's a lot.
Well, you got caught out by the cyberpunk hashtag, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, you tagged cyberpunk thinking it was cyberpunk, and it was cyberbug 2017.
Oh yeah.
I know it's glad it was trending.
I wish there was an edit feature. Damn it, on Twitter.
Yeah, I think it's more so. It's like because on Twitter, say your account's public, and say you liked it, and that. I think it's in case it's a really nice tweet, in case the person in charge of the tweet turns it into a really racist negative thing.
Yeah,
I think it may have something to do with that. It might have something to do with that. Like you've liked something, thinking it, and then if they edit it and you're still down as liking it, people might think you're a dickhead or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing that's what it is.
I don't know. I just wish they'd added that feature, but they still haven't.
No, only on Facebook.
I wasn't after it. I mean, I saw it. I was like, screw it. I'm not going to delete it now. I'm just leaving this cyberbug.
Yeah, no, yeah. So, when did you get into gaming? I presume it's when you were a kid, because most people do.
I think the first time I remember gaming, I was young, man. I was 6 or 7, so that'd been 83 or 84.
Really?
Yeah. My uncle's Atari 2600.
Nice. That's definitely old school.
Playing that shitty Pac-Man that didn't turn. The Pac-Man himself didn't turn.
Oh, didn't he? Oh, I've never played it. I played Pac-Man, just not the one that wouldn't turn.
No, Pac-Man himself on the Atari, he wouldn't turn his direction.
Is that the original book?
Yeah. No, I just think that's lack of and I ain't gonna say in programming know-how. I think it was just hardware limitations back then.
Yeah, probably, yeah, it was, you know.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's good. I mean, have you had a lot of consoles over the years, or were you in the arcades a lot as a kid? Was that a big thing back then? Because it used to be a real big
Well,
thing, too, you know.
I've had them. I've had pretty much all the consoles at one time or another, except for a few here and there. Like I wasn't an Amico kid. You know, I don't even know if I knew anybody back then that had an Amico.
Oh, I'd never heard of it until it came. You know, obviously, what I watched NLG guys, and they started mentioning the Amico. It does look good.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I went and looked up the actual Amico because I'm 36, so you know, I'm a baby compared to a lot of people. You know, that's what I get told anyway. When you go on the Retro Renegade, that's what you get told.
Yeah, and
well, I'm older than Flemish anyway.
Oh yes, older than Flemish.
Yeah. What's up, Judge Miller? Thanks for stopping by, mate.
Arcades.
Yeah.
When I was young, of course, you can't drive yourself anywhere, you know, unless you're with your parents. But anytime I saw one, I would, of course, gravitate to it. But or any that I saw. But as I got older, and friends, whatever, we would make trips to malls to go to the arcades and the malls and stuff like that. Any chance I could, I was in an arcade, because back then that was like the best gaming, the best experience in gaming you could have back then.
I believe that. I mean, I don't have much experience in it. I mean, I remember when I was a kid going to a certain cafe with my nan and granddad, and I always used to play on this arcade machine. But my memory's that bad. I can't tell you what it was. It was probably Pac-Man. I don't know. But I do remember going on it, but it weren't because of where I lived. Arcades, I live quite rural. I don't live in a city. I live in like a town. But if you lived in the city, you define where I live as what we call a village. You know, very rural. So we didn't have anything like that. You see.
Well, I grew up, Stubbs. I grew up on a farm. So it was a rural area too. I didn't grow up in the city.
We've got a lot of farms here. A lot of farms. Yeah, no, we've got loads of them. I live in farm countries, so to speak.
That's where I kind of like I grew up. So because I wasn't one of those kids that grew up in a big city where you go outside and you're on a major city block and you walk 2 blocks and you're in an arcade. No,
I mean, I'll be honest, because I remember when I went, because like when I was at school, I was like, because I wasn't very bright at school, I never was. So I used to get the bottom grades and that. They never called me thick. They just said I was a bit dyslexic. But they did certificates, and they said to me, "What do you like doing?" I said, "Like music." So I ended up going to college in Leicester doing sound engineering. You know, and when I went to Leicester, that was a big reality check. That was.
Oh, imagine.
Going to a city. For quite a while, I was scared because where I came from, I'm not going to. You know, it's in a city and there's loads of people. You know, and I'm going to sound like a proper country bumpkin here, going into a city college for a little bit. I made some mates in that, luckily, you know, but I lost contact with most. Well, in fact, I lost contact with all of them. But yeah, it was all right. But I know what you mean. When I first went there, it was a bit daunting.
It's a culture shock if you don't grow up around it or don't live in that area. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, it is definitely.
I was always envious of kids, you know, like when I grew up, I'd always have to go to, I couldn't walk next door to a neighbor's house because I didn't grow up in a cul-de-sac or a neighborhood.
Oh, cul-de-sac. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it was only on like meeting people throughout the different grades of school I was in, each year, or whatever. I'd meet people that had certain consoles, and I'd spend the night at their house and play what they had, and then vice versa. They'd come spend the night at my house, and that's how I really got introduced to other consoles at the time when I was younger. Because my very first console I had myself was a Sega Master System, and
nice.
God, how old was I? I think I was 11. So that would have been like 88. Yeah.
Master System. It was the Master System before the Mega Drive.
Yes, Sega
It
Master
was.
System. It was the 8-bit. It was the 8-bit equivalent of the NES.
I remember one of my friends having it, family friends having the Master System. And we had the Mega Drive, but I don't know whether they bought it after it had gone out. You know what I mean? Because we had a Mega Drive at the time, but they might have still had it, you know.
Yeah.
But God, it
Oh,
really was. Yeah,
oh,
I was really bloody hell. 88.
Yep.
I was 4.
I was 11. and I mean, I had the one that came packed with Hang On and Safari Hunt. And, you know, it had the light zapper and all that. And I even had the 3D glasses for it back in the day. That was amazing.
Yeah, the 3D. I played a lot of games over 3D glasses over the years. They always, and that's what they thought 3D was going to take over the world, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it never has. I'll tell you what, I don't think it ever will.
No,
you know,
no.
3D TVs haven't taken off. People don't buy 3D TVs now, do they?
No,
in
that
general,
was a fad.
they're still trucking to get people to buy 4K TVs.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm one of them because I had to choose. I got the Series X, and I can't afford it because of what's, you know, I'm off working now. But can't afford a 4K TV. I will get one at some point, but I will say though, on my normal TV, the Series X graphics does look better than it did before. It does give it a bit of a boost in graphics.
Oh yeah,
it's just not, you know.
I've had a 4K TV since
they came out.
I'm trying to think. I want to say 2015.
Oh, fair enough.
You know, what I think it was a plasma.
It's complicated then. It's complicated now. You have to read into it. Oh, it's got this and this and HDR10 and
it wasn't as complicated back then because there was no smart 4K TVs. There wasn't this and that. It was just a 4K TV. You know what I'm saying? There was no Roku TV. It was just a 4K TV. That's all it was.
It's got to advance it as it's like they're always coming out of some new technology they've got to put in a TV, so you have to upgrade your TV if you're a buff and want to buy a new one. So I'm hoping to get one on when I do get one, it'd be one on offer. I will eventually get one.
I'm one of those, as King David said, those TCL peasants, and I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
I'll be one of them. There's no OLED coming to me anytime soon.
No, they cost too much. I'm not buying one.
They look nice, but wow, the price is incredible.
Yeah, I'm not buying one.
You got that kind of money, then fair enough. But
yeah,
you know,
even if I had that kind of money, I still wouldn't buy one.
No, because it's like convincing the wife. Yeah, I've got all this money, but shall we spend 800 to $1,000 on this TV?
No,
she's going to say no.
No. Well,
anyway.
My dad always taught me to be thrifty and look for bargains. So,
well, it's the best way, you know, to get the best for your money.
Yeah,
it's a good thing, you know.
Like my TV now, it does 60 hertz or 60 frames per second, whatever you want to call it, and I'm good with that. Even when I get the Series X, when I can find one, I'm not upgrading it either because I don't need 120 frames. 60 will be fine. 60's fine.
I mean, exactly. It's like Judd Sidler said. He just explained to me why it looks better on my normal TV. Xbox will do something. Xbox will super sample stubs, which is why it looks better even on your 1080p TV.
Oh yes, most definitely. He's correct.
It.
Yeah,
he's correct. A lot better.
Yep, it was super sample.
You know, but yeah. So, have you got any like Sega Genesis? Was that your? Were you big on Sega Genesis? Was that a good one for you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I had the Sega. I don't remember if I got it right when it came out, but I had the OG model over here that had the volume slider and
right next to our Mega Drive, won't it? Yeah, it's got a volume slider,
and you could hook headphones into it.
Yep.
That's the one I had.
Well, I think mine's slightly different because yours is called a Genesis. It looks different. Mine's called a Mega Drive.
Yeah, the Genesis, I think it was red or orange on top in that center circle or something. I don't remember. Yeah, they had Genesis on it.
Yeah, I just pulled Sonic out. I got a good old Sonic cartridge in. Wow.
What up, Goat Force Gaming?
Oh, your chat's ahead of mine. Welcome, Goat Force Gaming. Thanks for stopping by. But no, yes, it's the Genesis was good because apparently, from what I understand, I was told the reason why it wasn't a universal name of Mega Drive or Genesis. It was something to do with the name licensing in the countries. It wasn't available in America.
Yeah, I never understood that.
It was either Genesis or Mega Drive. One of the two wasn't available globally to have.
I never understood that. I'm like, why they call it Mega Drive overseas and they call it Genesis over here? I never understood that until you just said.
Generation of gamers said it was something to do with the names. They couldn't use it in Europe or vice versa. I can't remember what exactly said. It was something like that. It was, but no. I recently got a Mega Drive. I should probably see on Twitter. You might have missed it.
Yeah, I saw it. I said, you got it for your birthday?
Yeah, my birthday.
Yeah.
And I got I've got to play Mortal Kombat. The Mortal Kombat original I got it for £16 with delivery. It's arrived now.
Nice.
So I've got to try that still because that was a classic game. That was.
When I got the Sega Genesis, I was like a dumbass. I sold my Master System. I had 40 games with it, really? and I sold it. I sold it for $40.
What?
Yeah.
Goodness. Wow.
I wish, and you know how much I wish I kept that thing. Oh my gosh!
What me with over the years, it's now I'm getting back into retro gaming. I wish I obviously as a kid, I don't think when you're a kid, you don't really even know. See, when I was a kid, even though we had consoles, when we got a new console, I think my dad probably sold the other one to help buy the other one.
Well, that's the reason why I sold it myself. I was trying to get money, I think, to buy more games for the Genesis or buy something else video game related. You know, as a kid, you don't realize that may be what you got. Back then, you didn't think a video game console may be worth something later on.
No, you're right. It's like the thing now. Now they are, but you say, for instance, these Series X's, you jump 20 years. So, I mean, with digital, will you be able to hand it over to a relative and go, here you go, you can play all these games?
Yep.
Not the same, is it?
Nope, not the same at all.
You know, but I am on the Xbox, to be fair, I am digital, but that's because of Game Pass, because Game Pass is such a bloody good deal. But I will buy games if I can afford it and I want it. Even if it's in Game Pass, I will buy it.
Well, Cyberpunk ain't in Game Pass. You saw me pick up the physical copy.
Yeah. I actually got game gifted that by Centurion. It's 1307. You know Centurion, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gifted me it.
He's in the Dazcast DM, ain't he? Or is he in the gamer?
He is. He's not actually as active on. He does use Twitter, but he's very dormant on Twitter. Yeah, he doesn't play a lot.
He don't use the DM a whole lot. He'll pop in there once in a while.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, because Daz invited him in, and he said, "Yeah," but he only appears every so often. But no, he's a good guy. He is.
Oh yeah.
I had to go for a loophole to get it. It was easy though, because he asked me for my email from my Xbox, so I gave him it, and he gifted me it. And what I had to do then is I got the code from my email. Then I got my phone. I went on my phone to the Opera browser. It's got a VPN.
Mm-hmm.
You go on the America, you could flick it to America on there. So you go to the redeem code section, and then you logged in as if you're in America, and then it says thank you, this is your game, etc. Then you go on your Xbox and you go in the store and look for Cyberpunk. Then it says you own it, then you download it. It works fine, like normal.
Mm-hmm.
But you should be able to game gift straight away, but that wasn't too difficult to do.
The damn region lock, that's just stupid. I wish they'd get rid of that.
Well, it's probably because the dollar's a pound price, but I think it worked out the same price. 50 quid it was, even on disc it was. For some reason, it was very cheap, Cyberpunk was, for what game it is. It was £50, or I think it was $60, was it? So that's like nearly the same price.
Yeah.
But it was 60 quid here, but it got down to, near release, it got put down to 50. I
paid 65. That's with tax and everything. I think what it was. Yeah.
You got some cool bits of your physical copy, didn't you? You got some with it, didn't you?
I didn't know it was coming. I didn't know I was getting it. It was the Cyberpunk, that samurai logo necklace.
Well, that's cool.
It was something that it was. Oh yeah, most definitely. It was something that GameStop added to, or I guess they found out later that because there was no, when you pre-order it, she didn't tell me about any bonuses that come with it, you know, from GameStop.
Okay.
So I had no clue. I don't think they learned until later, until right before the game launched, that they didn't get them in from corporate or whatever, and you know, said give these out to everybody who pre-ordered. So yeah,
well, a nice bonus you didn't know you were getting.
No, I didn't. Oh, I wanted to get the collector's edition, but those sold out so fast. I was like, whatever.
No, they do sell out fast. You know, they're nice to look at, but they're really expensive. It's like I couldn't ever dream of buying one. You know, it's like 200 quid for a game with a load of things of it. Yeah, they look nice, but I think you have done collector's editions before, haven't you?
Oh yeah,
you've bought a couple.
I bought the last one I bought was the Avengers one. I got
that was it. You made
yeah.
Boom. You made Boom.
Boom. Yep.
I made it because of you.
Yeah, because I put the video up on Twitter of the Captain America statue.
That was it. He had to. He couldn't have it. He actually tweeted out and he blamed you.
I know. What up, Infinite?
Welcome, Infinite, and welcome, my friend Musuku. There we go.
Yep. Marlesco. What up, Marlesco?
Marlesco as well. Marlesco. I'm glad you said that because I've got that name wrong a few times. I do like getting it right. I do.
Well, you don't you never want to mispronounce someone's name if you can help it.
No, but luckily on the midweek game when you chat, my panel will correct me if they think I'm wrong or to say it. They will, luckily. But yeah, they're welcome, everyone. Yeah, it's no, yeah, the Avengers. I've got the Avengers. I've not actually completed it yet.
The stories, I love the story.
I haven't completed the story yet. I found it quite difficult, but you know, I'm crap at games in general, you know. But I'm not as hardcore as a lot of these guys that play it on hard mode and stuff.
Fuck, I used to think I was hardcore, but Jesus Christ, there'll be people playing video games at like 2 o'clock in the morning and got to get up at 5 or 6 to go to work. I'm like, how the hell do you do that? I'm sleeping. I work too fucking hard for that.
Well, yeah, no, you are right because there's loads of games. My gamer score's been going up recently, but I'm trying to make my goal, you know, to when I play a game to actually complete it. But it's hard because there is a lot of games that come out. It's like
there's too many. There's too many.
Know Mr. Tucci, you know him, yeah?
Oh yeah, Mr. Tucci. Yeah.
He buys that many games. It's incredible. He even admitted that he can't. He wouldn't ever be possible for him to actually complete them all. He can buy up to 20 plus a month.
I can't. But if I could, I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy that many a month. Hell, I'm not interested in that many a month.
No, but no, he just does because he he gets put into the height. But no, he's a good lad, you know.
Oh yeah, Mr. Tucci's a cool guy, dude.
Welcome, Dragon Wolf. Welcome, Indie Gamer. How are you doing?
What up, Indy? What up, Dragon Wolf?
But no, yeah, sidetrack there.
No, that was a good sidetrack.
It was. Because by the way, peeps, I haven't got a script on Community Spotlight. I generally don't try not to. With Stubbscast, I do, ish. But now I'm getting better. I'm learning how to ask questions without needing to write questions down. You know, because I've been doing it quite a while. Stubbscast, you know. This is Community Spotlight. But people keep asking me, like Misuku asked me. No, it wasn't Misuku. It was Karalex asked me the difference. He says, what's the difference between Community Spotlight and Stubbscast? Well, Stubbscast more curator-based and community is just spotlights anyone who is just in the community and wants to come on. You know, I've got a few more people lined up for that, I have, and some ideas of who we can get on. But the first one was because you were meant to be the first guest on this.
Yes, I was. I was at work. Yeah.
He didn't tell you, did he? Yeah, you know, but it doesn't matter. Only I got you on. But no, so you know, without talking, you know, because obviously I always heard that you don't have to go into the military. I just mean, I know you were in the military, which I fully respect, but they always talk about, you know, during the 360 days that with Call of Duty, all the army bases used to have, they've got like consoles you can play on, and all the camps are full of gaming consoles for the men and women to play on. Did you experience any of that? And I even heard it was out in the field and they had consoles out in Afghanistan and that. No,
I'd never seen anything like that when I was in the military. No.
no. Oh, okay. Call of Duty used to brag about it. They did. Donating all these consoles and that, you know. Well,
the closest thing I ever experienced was going down to like the rec room where they had a big old TV and bringing our consoles down there, and hooking the Dreamcast or whatever I had at the time up, and like everybody, like whoever was in there wanted to play, we'd pass the controllers around and play NBA or whatever I had, or whoever had brought games down other than me who would play.
Okay, fair enough. I just wondered, that was all, because I was years ago I used to hear about it. You know, the gamers on army bases. But you know, you're a brave man. You are.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I live in the UK, but I respect anyone who's been in the military. I don't respect anyone who doesn't respect people that have served their time for their country, whatever country they're in. You know, obviously some countries they're forced to go in. There's no choice, but you know. But
I wasn't forced.
Oh no, not in America.
I chose to go into it.
Yeah, but no, I fully respect that, I do. But
no, man, I appreciate it, Stubbs. Like you asked me, had all the consoles earlier. Like I had the NES, but I got it when I was older because I played on it at friends' houses so much when I was younger. I didn't feel the need to buy it, and I bought it later on. But I did have a Super Nintendo at the same time as I had my Sega Genesis when it came out.
What? Which one?
The Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. Okay.
Yeah, the Super SNES, as y'all guys call it.
Super SNES. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Back in the day, I didn't really have Nintendo. I had basically Sega. I had PS1, PS2.
Oh, I was a Sega kid. I was all Sega all the way back then.
Oh,
but I still enjoyed playing games. If there was other games to play on other consoles, I bought them. That's the way I am now. But I'm an Xbox guy. But I'll always have a PlayStation, or if whatever interests me, I'll buy it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know,
I had a Nintendo 64 with GoldenEye, and so of course Super Mario World came with it. But I had GoldenEye and Killer Instinct Gold, which is basically Killer Instinct 2 from the arcade. But I've had them all over the years. I had PS1. I still got PS2, 3 sitting right beside me. Of course, I got a 4. And I got my OG Xbox sitting right there, and I got my 360 right here in front of me. I had the Atari Jaguar. One of my favorite consoles back in the day was a Panasonic 3DO. That was expensive.
Yeah. I've looked them up because now I'm getting into the retro. I've started to watch a lot of these retro channels, and there's a woman called Jebs24. She's from Britain, and she recently bought a job lot of someone, and one of them 3DOs was in there. I was like, Panasonic 3DO. Says, I've heard a lot of the people mention them, and she pulled it out and showed you what it was. And was like, I'd never seen it. I'd never heard of one until, you know, I've heard like you guys on the Retro Renegades talking about a lot of the old systems, and 3DO never ever come across. I'd never heard of it when I was younger.
That was one of my favorite consoles back then.
Was it limited or was it a big thing?
It was so expensive. A lot of people, what's up, Invader?
Welcome, Invader.
They were so expensive back then. A lot of people didn't buy them. I think they were $700 brand new. Jesus.
What?
yeah.
Talking about the Xbox in a minute, people. Fucking hell.
I'm pretty sure they were $700. I didn't buy mine new.
Wow.
I ended up buying it like a year after it came out used, but because I won't go pay $700 for it.
No.
I told you I look for deals stuff. I look for deals.
Yeah, you do, but 700 back in, because wow. It's what that does.
One of my favorite games on it was Demolition Man.
Demolition Man, that sounds good.
Based on a movie with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was good. Street Fighter, I can't remember, the Super Street Fighter Turbo or something. That was the first. I think it was the version on 3DO was the first time, or I think it was the first place you could play as Akuma. You had to put in some code to get him to unlock it, but
fair enough.
And then there was another fighting game. I think it was based on an anime. I've only watched certain animes growing up, but it was called Yu Yu Hakusho. It was like a fighting game.
Okay.
There was a game called Twisted. It was like a party game. You used to love it. It was so good. Of course, Way of the Warrior, made by Naughty Dog. I think it was Way of the Warrior.
I've heard that. I've heard of it. I haven't had it. I've heard of it.
It was like a Mortal Kombat clone. Controls were terrible, but it had its soundtrack was by White Zombie. Great soundtrack.
That's good too.
And then I had the actual Neo Geo home console.
Oh, Neo Geo.
Yeah, it was like perfect ports from it was actually arcade games at home, but I can't remember how much the system was. I didn't get it until I was like 21. But the games for it were from $100 or up to $300 or more sometimes.
Is that due to import?
That's because they were so freaking big, and it was just the technology inside them. It was the actual arcade.
I'm learning stuff here, I'm getting schooled. I didn't realize how people don't moan about game prices now.
dude, try buying fucking a cartridge that's $300. That's for one game.
Wow.
But it was like I say, it was so expensive. The reason why it was so expensive is because it was the actual arcade game. It was just like the arcade.
I can believe that, but yeah, the
Magician Lord, they had all kinds of games. King of Fighters.
For words with that price, though.
What's that?
I'm lost for words with the price.
And people bitch about $500 consoles.
I know. $700 consoles and $300 games to put in them.
Yeah,
that's crazy, but it's the way it was. I mean, yes, yeah. I'm not. I don't generally moan about it because in the UK they're moaning about $70, but with the conversion rate, we're already there.
Yeah.
We're already there with the price, and our only fear is if it really does go up to that price, there's a knock-on effect. They push it up, the conversion rate up. That's all. But but as Indy would say, buy more indie games. You could get about 4 or 5 indie games or more for the prices. You know what I mean? You can.
Oh yeah, most definitely. My problem is I'm a picky bastard now. So, and I have such little time to game, and I own multiple platforms. I can't, like, I'll miss out on like some great indie games unless like indie or somebody like really gets tags me and points me in that direction. Because normally I only buy ones that, like, all these people that have bought the new Assassin's Creed, I could give a shit. Honestly, I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan of that. Immortals Phoenix Rising, I could care less.
That one actually does look good because Mr. Tichy bought that in as well, and he's actually liking it, but obviously he stopped playing it for Cyberpunk now.
I was waiting on Cyberpunk.
Most people were, but what I kept hearing a trend of, what I was hearing a trend of before, like VJ, whether VJ was talking about in the podcast or in the DMs. He says, when he rang me, he rings me a bit. He's a good bloke, VJ is. And he was saying, I'm hearing this trend, and it's not a good trend. Everyone's saying they're rushing through the games to play Cyberpunk. Why? You're ruining your experience, ain't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not. No, fuck that. I don't do that. Nope. That's why I don't buy every game. If you gotta rush through a game to get to another game, I know that's just dumb. Don't buy the game. Wait till later. If you're really looking for a certain game, but you bought this game beforehand to kind of tide you over, just wait and don't buy that game. Get it at a deal later, and then just play the one you're really looking forward to.
Oh no, yeah, I agree with that. I do, but no, one indie game I did buy. Our friend Jeepers, when he was when he done a review for an indie game called Dragoon. And I'm sure Indie Gamer can mention who it's by, as I don't know. And he reviewed it, and I bought it for like 16 quid, I think. I tell you what, it was well worth the money, Through the whole game, I had this. He gave me this spot, you only get to hear it. It's not a horror game, but it gave me the creeps the entire time I was playing the game. All the time, I was playing this game, Dragoon, and it was really £16 something. It was. And it was really good value for money. That was. I've only played it once, mine, but it was really good. But it's like you say, with indie games, you've got to know you want it.
Yep.
You know, and well, people like Indy with his channel that he highlights the games that are worth checking out. So
it's not just with indie games; it's with these
any
triple A.
game.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's got to really. I don't know, man. I've played so many games. I don't get hyped. I put it on Twitter the other day. I'm like, I don't understand people that hype up every single game because every single game is not fantastic. Not to me.
Yeah. I try not to. Even though I was hyped for it. Well, once I found out I was getting gifted Cyberpunk, I was. But no, a lot of the time the problem is sometimes developers and the fans sometimes the fans can hype up the game more than what it's actually going to be.
More than what it deserves to
So you
be.
can temper your expectations because sometimes a game can get slated, even though it wasn't meant to be. You know, like this big banger. You know, win every award in the world, and that. Sometimes these games get hyped up that much that in the long run it hurts. It hurts your vision and mind in what you thought the game was going to be like.
I think a lot of people, and I'm not shitting on Cyberpunk. I see Marlesko said they give it up on Cyberpunk because of Quest bug. And me and Steve were talking earlier. I've barely run into any bugs, so that sucks. But I think with Cyberpunk, a lot of people build it up too much in their head, and then when they actually played it,
That's
maybe that's where some of these more negative reviews have come from. When they played it, they were like, it's not living up to the fairy tale that I had in my own head about it. This sucks. No,
I think that's the problem. But yeah, no, sorry to hear about your problem with Cyberpunk. Have you got the updated patch? I've only experienced one bug, I believe. I didn't know it was a bug until Centurion told me. It's where you go into do stealth training. I couldn't tag them, but I got out of it. I'm playing the game. I'm going to go back and hopefully it's been fixed. But yeah, sorry to hear about you having problems with Cyberpunk. Hopefully,
I'm gonna tell you right now. I hear people heard people saying it was kind of slow, and I will give you that kind of slow at the start. But I just got past the prologue this afternoon where you finally see the Cyberpunk name come up on screen. I was like, Jesus, I got like 5 hours into this, and I'm just now seeing the Cyberpunk 2077 logo come up. That was just
I'm not that far.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God, Stubbs, when you get to that point, oh my God, the game steps on the fucking gas, brother. It's nuts. It goes, it's like 0 to 60. You in for a treat.
It's good to hear that. I've picked the Street Kid the year, but if I enjoy the game, I want to go through all characters, but we're talking hundreds of hours, aren't we?
Yes, one game. So.
I know they're all saying it's 20 hours or so with the main campaign, but with a game like that, there's that many side quests and different missions. You feel like you have to do it.
Well,
but hopefully you should want to do it. You know, if you're enjoying it.
I kind of want to, but if you look at that map, oh my God, Jesus, it's littered. It is littered with things to do, and if you do all those. I could see easy putting over 100 hours or more in that game if you do everything that's possible.
Oh, I agree with that. And yes, Masuku, you're right. More people need to get on Indy's tweet. Indy, put your tweet in the chat and vote for your favorite indie game in the Indie Game Awards.
I can tell you one indie game I'm really looking forward to. That's that Song of Iron.
That have you played the demo?
I've got it downloaded, but I still yet to play it.
Oh, okay. That looks really good.
I can't wait for that game. It's day one. That's day one. I don't care.
I believe it's next Saturday. Indy's got a special show where he's doing the Indie Game Awards and not Indie Games Awards. And not many. I've tried to promote it, but not many people are applying to vote. Come on, people.
Yes, Indy. 5 hour prologue, brother. Craziness.
I didn't know that. I thought I'd already done it. I haven't.
No,
I haven't then. No, I'm not that far in.
Oh, wow.
I'll be around with Dex in a minute. I've just done Dex. But that's all we'll say. We're not dropping no spoilers here.
No. But once you get to that point, when you see that logo, the story just goes like in fast forward. I mean, it's crazy. I just put it that way. You're like, wow. That's
good to hear, that is. But no, how would you say back from when you first started to now? Would you say gaming's massively changed? I know that's a very wide and varied, stupid question, but what's your take on that?
Oh, has it massively changed? Jesus. In what way you mean? What?
I suppose a lot of it's digital, just the way the way games are now, and you know.
From like we still play games. Well, you have a choice whether you play with friends or not, but it's gaming is gaming still. You just, I mean, either you can play couch co-op or you can play by yourself, single player game. You can play online. I think the biggest way it's changed from how it was when I started way all them years ago is how people purchase the games without, they just all digital, there's you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go to a store. You can just buy it directly from the console, which is convenient as hell if you're all digital. But
it is. If you had asked me that question back when I had my 360, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
I was all discs. Obviously, DLC was download, but yeah, I'm not now. But I'll be honest. My Series X, I don't even know if my disc drive works. I haven't tried it.
You haven't tried it.
I do fear if it don't work, I don't want to lose my console for a month. But why it gets fixed or replaced?
Yeah.
That's why I haven't put a disc in it yet. I'm a bit scared because of what I've been seeing. So,
well, that one tweet from, I don't know if you saw it, from John Place when he tried to stick.
He's pissed.
He was mad. Mad.
He's not happy because he got it back and then fixed it, and it's not his console. They've sent back.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. Or am I wrong?
I don't know.
Remember which one it was because there's two in the community. There's John Place and there's SAX2 in the community. He had to wait nearly a month or something, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But yeah, no. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, John Place has got his console back, and I believe he reckons it's not even his console that he got back because he's checked it. It's a serious. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. He's not happy about it. Because he's a physical guy. John is.
Yeah, me too.
He's yeah. But no, he was well upset, but I can't blame him. You pay $500.
I don't blame him.
And all that, and it doesn't work. The disc drive.
Well, I can't even get one. I can't even get. And my wife works at Walmart and has the inside scoop of when they come in. And she was telling me they were supposed to be. The electronics manager was telling her that he was supposed to get like 5 in last week or week before, and they never showed up. He looked on his little computer or whatever, his handheld, and was like, "Yeah, I got 5 Series X's supposed to come in or show up," and they never did because I was going to get one then, and I was going to use her discount to get it for because right now she gets 25% off anything in the store. So I was going to get it. I was going to get it for like $300 something.
That's really good, though.
Yeah, but it just ain't none of them showed up.
Oh, fair enough. I don't know what's going on. Welcome, Flap. Thanks for stopping by.
What up, Flap?
Well, I did see this one video on Facebook where this TikToker, whatever, she stopped something happening. Well, apparently whatever store it was, all the staff were lined up holding the PS5s before anyone could actually get to it. They were at the till buying all the consoles. And she stopped them, and apparently the manager came down. He knew nothing about it, and because she put it on. Says this is going on TikTok, and all this. He actually refused to serve them all because it would have looked bad,
Well, my wife showed up to work the other morning at 7, and there was like 40 people outside, and it was right before 7 because they don't stay up in 24 hours now because of this COVID shit. So. And she went in, of course, and she was like, "Why is all these people outside?" And then at 7 o'clock, they actually pushed open the doors. I guess right as they were unlocking them, pushed open the doors and ran all the way back to the electronics section. And I guess the electronics manager there's like, "Why are y'all here?" They're like, "We're here for the PS5." We're like, "We have no PS5s here." And I guess there's a app that tells you can I don't know what it's called, but I guess there's an app you can use that tells you that if your local Walmarts or local retailers are getting stock in, and that app was completely wrong because her store had 0. But that's the only reason them 40 people were there and acting like idiots, pushing open the door to get back to the electronics section just to buy the PS5s, which they didn't have any.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's crazy. It's welcome UK Dazarus. Thanks for stopping by.
What up, Dazzy? No, man.
Thanks for dealing with that, mods. There was a spammer in the chat, and one of them. Oh no, that's on Twitch actually. I'll deal with that myself. But no, but yeah, it is mental what people. I mean, even in Britain, there's a store called CEX, which is very good for retro games and any second-hand stuff. But they're offering people 650 quid cash or 650 in-store credit for a PS5 brand new. And they'll give you it, and they will go there, and they will put it in their shop for 850 quid. Yeah, and that's a shop. That's a shop scalping.
Yeah, no, I remember I was telling. I might have been last night before. I'm not paying any more for these consoles.
Oh yeah, I seen a tweet on that. Yeah, I approved of that.
I'm not paying anybody, any store, any scalper, any 1 cent more than MSRP. Nope, I refuse to. Never have before, and I ain't starting now. Hell, like I said, I didn't even buy the 3DO brand new because it was $700. I'm like, nope, I'm not paying that. I think I paid $350 for it when I bought it used. I got it for half because I bought it like a year old. So no, I'm not. I don't buy from scalpers. Fuck them people. No.
No, you're right. You are. Welcome to Siberia. Thanks for stopping by.
What up, Siberia?
But no, yeah, you're right. I mean.
Don't feed them. Don't feed these people. Let them sit on that stock.
Some people hate thinking of as well. I'll give you another tip. I know a few people. Well, not all the scalpers are actually what you think. Some of the scalpers are actually getting it from the distributor. So say you had an independent retail store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because people don't realise the majority of the consoles have to be paid up front for. I believe even GameStop will have to pay up front because, well, GameStop's. You've heard their financials; they're nearly on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the independent shops could actually be buying the consoles directly from the retailer and whacking them on eBay, and you'd never know.
Yep.
There is certain. I hate scalping, but there is certain situations where I don't agree with it, but. Just say, for instance, you've had a hard time. You're out of work and your shop's just closed, but you've got enough to buy so many consoles, and then you scalper them just to get through Christmas with the profits. And I can agree with that, but it's when they get greedy. Do you know what I mean?
If you're doing it for that reason, and maybe you're only $100 more, but that's just to support your family and keep the lights on, I can understand that. But it's the people who charge like double and triple the price, who ain't having trouble paying their bills, and they're doing it just to be greedy douchebags. That's what I have a problem with.
Oh no, yeah, I agree with that. I do, but no, yeah, because obviously back we used to have magazines. How you heard about games through magazines, weren't you? You didn't have Twitter to suddenly everyone could run to and say, right, this game's crap. Frame rates are dropping. Don't buy it.
Most time when I was little, the only time or only way I learned about something like a new console was, I don't know if you guys in the UK got it, but it was the Sears Christmas wish book.
Sears. I don't think Sears was a thing in England.
Well, it was their Christmas wish book, and then we got it every year. And then you would look through the electronics section, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's the Sega Mega Drive."
Equivalent here would probably be the famous Argos catalog that kids used to have at Christmas.
I don't know, but it was just like Sears had every year around the holidays they would come out with their Christmas wish book, and then a lot of times that would be where you would first see the new electronics, the new consoles, the new games coming out, and then you show it to your parents. You're like, I want that, whatever. But we didn't have internet. We didn't have no social media back then. It was either the Christmas wish book or if you were reading the EGM or one of those gaming magazines, during the year you would see something get the news about something. But yeah, you're right. We didn't have no Twitters. And then hell, the first time I ever had internet in my house, or was able to like jump online, was when my parents got their first PC. And when 95 when I was 18.
Yeah, we had like a time. It was like it was called the time computer. And we had dial-up, and it was per minute. It was dial-up, and then probably like £1 a minute or something. No, an hour. Sorry.
Woo!
And yeah, we had that, and I used to play game. My dad used to have. We used to have games on it like Theme Hospital and a game called Dune, based on some books. That was good, and yeah, that was really when, because there weren't mobile internet. Literally, it was your computer. There weren't no smartphones and all this stuff, was there? You are right, PC.
Yeah, like I hear a lot of people's gaming histories and stuff back in the day, like when the OG Xbox and stuff came out. Like, yeah, we used to do LAN parties and blah blah blah. I never did those. Never. I never experienced any of those. The first time I ever played online, believe it or not, was when I met my wife when we first started dating, and I think it was in like 2007. First time I'd ever played online, because back in the Dreamcast, you grew up when we did, it was no online, and you playing a single player game. All games were basically single player. It didn't matter what they were unless it were couch co-op. So
talking about Dreamcast, the Dreamcast did have online though.
It did, but I never used it. I think my buddy tried it. I may have tried it, with his, but I never did. I mean, I was so used. I didn't concentrate on that, because there were so many games, so many good games, and so many single player stories that, like one of my favorite boxing games on Dreamcast was Ready to Rumble, and loved that.
I'm sure I played that.
Yeah, and I played it with my buddies in the barracks. I mean, like I said, I always played couch co-op, so I never worried about this online thing. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, no online. Like, so the first time I ever played online, I think it was 2007. And but believe it or not, it wasn't on an Xbox. It was on a PS3, and it was Lost Planet 2. I think was the first multiplayer game I played online. Believe it or not.
I mean, it's good. It's not your normal pick, but it was a good. I think I heard of it. I don't know if I played it.
It was a good game. I mean, it was good as far as I remember. It was a great story, but it's just a PS3 was free. Remember back then, so I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do anything, set up anything, buy anything, and I just met a couple of people. I jumped in online and met a couple of guys that were cool and would play the game with them. And then that's what's really got me. I'm like, oh, this internet thing this online thing's pretty cool. Let me, because I could actually play with other people, because I've always been the only gamer in my house. Growing up, I was the only gamer. My wife really doesn't play games. The buddies I would, hang out with from school, that was back in the day, and there was no internet then. So, that opened my eyes on the PS3. Oh, this internet thing I've heard about, hear these people talking about now. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But like I said, I never experienced the old LAN parties and all that stuff like people talk about, because like I said, where I grew up, it's kind of like like you said, where you grew up, it was a rural area. I didn't live in no neighborhood or whatever. I grew up on a farm.
So it's interesting. It's fair enough, it happens, There's no wrong with growing up on a farm, there ain't.
No.
I had a few mates at school that they were on farms too,
What up, Lupa?
Welcome, Lupa. Welcome, Shizno Elite.
What up, Shizno?
Shizno, welcome. Interesting, Shizno. You didn't get a notification. I'm hearing more and more about that recently, that YouTube's not sending out notifications anymore in a minute. So, that's probably would explain would explain it. But anyway, do this for fun, not fun, It's all good, it is. People seem to like these shows anyway. They do. But yeah. YouTube's a weird thing at the minute,
YouTube's been janky for a while. Something's up with it. I don't know what it is.
I don't know whether they're doing, YouTube's mucking about with it. They know what they're doing, but as normal, the pandemic gets blamed.
Oh, of course.
They know what they're doing at YouTube. You know?
YouTube sucks half the time, so I mean, it is what it is.
I know exactly.
They don't send out notifications though. I'll get them sometimes, but I'll get notifications. Like I was like today, I got a notification for the Iron Lords podcast. I was playing Cyberpunk, so I forgot, but I got a notification for the Iron Lords podcast an hour after it went off. I was like, what?
So Looper didn't get notifications. Sounds like a lot of people didn't. It would explain people's like I never noticed in Flaps podcast there. Green Pass Gaming early on. I was stepped in for a little bit, and I did notice that the viewer rate was down. But obviously, I think it's because some people don't obviously check Twitter, and the notification don't go off, so you forget certain shows are on. You know, so it doesn't help to just help with small people, does it?
No.
But there is a good thing about these kind of shows because you can always catch up with them as well. You can.
Normally I'll get yours, but like all the ones you did this week. I was driving back home like 2 hours from like Wilmington. So I was listening, but I couldn't chime in. I can't chime in at 70 miles an hour going down the interstate.
No, we don't want to crash, Jago.
No, and I need my hands on the wheel, Buffaloes for that.
You do. Welcome, Mav. Thanks for stopping by.
What up, Mav?
Yeah, but the laws in America, do you get if you're caught by the police on a phone? Do you get done? Do you get points on your license and a fine?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't normally use my phone when I'm driving.
Oh no, I just didn't know. Over here, it's a big thing. It's like
I'm pretty sure you do, but I've never gotten stopped for using my phone, so I wouldn't know specifically.
Here, they done it quite strict. Where I agree with it. If you pass your test, and in the first 2 years, if you get 6 points. They actually revoke your license and make you reset your theory test and your driving test as well.
They give
you a £200 fine for the privilege of it.
They should. The people need to stay off their damn phones because being distracted driving you can kill other people's and yourself because of a fucking phone. So stay off your phone.
I know exactly. You know, it's mental.
I've always
in every city, yeah.
I've always told people a text or a phone call is not worth your life. Wait till you stop or you get where you're going to answer that person back. Or it's not, and it's not worth somebody else's life that you may be risking. No,
exactly. Like my mum said, it's different in every county. It's, I do like America, but I do think it's very strange because every county to me, it's got its own laws. And it's like a different country, if you ask me. Whereas in Britain, all the rules are the same all over. You know, the laws apply everywhere. You know, America is different.
That's it. What if you're using it for Google Maps? I use my phone for Google Maps all the time, but I can listen to it. I'll glance down quickly at the map, but I can hear it coming through the audio in whatever vehicle I'm in.
It still, if you touch your mobile, it still comes under that, and they still do you for it. You're supposed to set your Google Maps up and leave it on a device that's strapped down, so you shouldn't have to touch it. But here's one thing though: if you got a van and you've got one of them onboard computers where you plug your phone in, now if you play on that screen, that there is not deemed as playing on your mobile. See?
Really?
Honestly, it's not deemed as playing on your mobile.
That's crazy.
You can't do much on it though, apart from answer calls, but it's a weird. But
no, I use Google Maps.
He was taking the piss. I thought you were. That's a fell for it.
To get places I need to go, and then I drive. That's it. I don't speed. I do what I'm supposed to.
Oh, when I'm in the van, you know, when I'm working, goodness, Google, because I got Google Maps on, and my phone tracks everywhere, even if I'm not the one driving. God, after a month or so, it tells you where you've been. I've been all over. I mean, because we go through different counties. Because I'm actually a key worker. When I'm working, you know, and I can go into other tiers. UK's in a tier system at the moment, and I can go into other tiers no problem, you know, easily. And it just tells you where you're going. But I've had no notifications really because I've not left the bloody house. Apart from going to hospital. You know. But it's it is good that you don't play your phone while you're driving, Jago. We want to lose you.
No,
it only takes a split second though. But in the UK now, they now do a thing. You know, if you've been involved in a car accident, they do a thing where they ping your phone to find out if you were touching your mobile or you were fucking about or you were messaging somebody.
Oh
They do
yeah.
a thing. And now, if you have, they do you for it. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I didn't see that person." They said, "Were you playing on your phone?" No, and they do something. They've got some technology where they can check if you were fucking about with your phone.
Yeah, I don't know if they do that here, but
They've
yeah,
got something they can check. I don't know what they do with it. I don't know.
I'm
They've
not
got something.
I'm not a tech guy when it comes to that. I don't search that, but yeah, man, the farther we go in time, the more they can track you, the more it, how I'm gonna say it, the easier it is for them to track you doing just about anything.
And we were all worried about the Xbox Connect back in 2013.
Yeah, whatever. I was like, man, come on. You
Right.
ain't.
Exactly. You know, but now the phone they can listen to everything. In the end, the mobile they can listen to everything.
Oh yeah.
Even if you don't think they're listening, the intelligence services have got all our phone. This is one thing people don't know. British intelligence tracks everyone, and British intelligence teaches America, the NSA in America, how to be good at intelligence. That we are the one. Britain has got one of the best intelligence services in the world. However, when it comes down to actually stopping nasty things happening, they don't normally get there in time. But for tracking people and spying on people, they're massive at
They're
doing that.
spot on, ain't they?
Yeah, but when it comes to stepping in and stopping something bad happening, they make a mistake and don't do it. But apart from that, they're fine, you know.
Day late and dollar short, says Stubbs.
Yeah, you know, exactly. You know. But yeah. So, welcome back from the dead. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, we went off on a we drove that train right off the tracks, didn't we?
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did. No, we did. We did on that one. So you're into your arcade. I've seen your arcade one-up machine. What's that? Have you got like one of them Mortal Kombat ones, or have you got one that's like got thousands of? Have you added like loads of games to it?
Oh yeah, I got my Street Fighter, the first arcade one-up I got. You know, it was just your basic arcade one-up machine, but I modded it, so it's got like it's got a Raspberry Pi 3B, I think is what I put in it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got NES, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx 16. God, there's arcade games. What else? Man, how many? What are the other consoles? There's maybe one other console on there. But yeah, it's got a shit ton of games on it. And then I got a normal Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade one-up, and then I got the regular Final Fight arcade one-up machine. The Street Fighter one.
Have you got any more room for any more?
And in here,
wow.
not much.
That's seriously good though. I mean, you've actually put in stuff so you can have thousands of games. That's really cool.
Yeah,
rather than just having one.
This is
like a couple of games.
This is a game room. It's not I don't sit at a desk. God bless you people who sit at a desk and in desk office chairs and play games. But no, I'm not about that. This is a game room. I got a recliner in here. I got my TV and I got my arcade one-ups. And then there's all kinds of memorabilia and Lancers, 2 Lancers over here to my left.
Nice Lancer.
Yeah, I got the Gears of War. I don't remember
golden one.
It's the one it would look like a taxi cab, yellow and white and black stripe.
I think it's Gears 3 because I got offered it at the time. I never bought it, but I probably should have done.
And then I got the original Lancer that came out, the one that's it's a normal color, looks like a real Lancer with blood on it around the chainsaw.
Oh, that's cool. You got anything else? Figures or guns wise or?
I got I've used it once, but I got the Killer Instinct arcade fight stick when Killer Instinct first came out, and I used it once just to see if it worked, and then I put it back in a box, and it's still in its box now. So that's like a collector's thing.
That's good. That sounds good.
I've got my my Thanos gauntlet behind me. I don't know. I'm just random. When I see random stuff that I want or I like, I'll either get it or my wife will get it for me. I've got a energy sword from Halo sitting on the floor right there. It's actually made out of metal. It isn't plastic. The handle's plastic,
Oh, no, that's fun. Metal. That's good.
But the blades themselves they're metal. What else? I've got a break in case of zombies. Break glass emergency kit, kind of like for like a zombie apocalypse. My wife got me that.
Welcome, Z Black Rider. Thanks for stopping by.
What up, Z Black Rider? I'm just random. Like I don't collect most of the stuff people collect. I don't collect it, but I'll just see something. If I see something that really catches my eye, I'll buy it. But the lamps, like I love Gears. The original Gears, man, they're still my favorite. You know, one of my favorite trilogies of ever. And so
1 to 3, 1 to 3.
Yeah, 1 through 3, 1 through 3. I'm not knocking the 4 or 5, but I love 4's story. 4's story was okay. 5 was really good, but it's nowhere close to the 1 through 3.
My opinion, I don't think they will, because the way Xbox is now, I want them to go back to the grittiness and the darkness of the Gears 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, the horror feel of the first one is what drew me in. It was kind of
yeah, because I'm not being nasty. I was younger when it was out, and the characters in Gears look scary. Them new characters they've made, 4 and 5, don't actually look scary. You know, and I wish I didn't. You know, General Ram.
Yes, General Ram. Of course.
I wish they didn't kill him off so quickly within the first game. You know.
Yeah.
He was scary, and he still is to play against. I think he is anyway. You know, them standout characters that you think of. There's not many of them where you think, "Wow, that one's actually scary." And you know, but I do like the fact you like Halo, Gears 1 to 3.
I got a Gears tattoo on my leg, Stubbs.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a big Gears fan. This is a big surprise to me. The original trilogy, anyway.
The original trilogy, yes. But I never was big into like the PvP, like Crispy Bomb. I tried it. I'm like, too sweaty for my taste. I was always a Horde guy. Loved Horde.
I used to play the Gears 3 Horde with my mate, but I never actually made it to doing 50 waves of Horde back then.
I did a couple times, but I don't remember if it was Gears 3 or Gears. It was Gears 3. I made it through 50.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I was never like the PvP on Gears. I really enjoy. I just enjoyed Gears Horde so much. I'm like, I don't need that other mode.
I mean, Crispy's good at it, but I'll tell you what, the old Gears community. I mean, when it comes to PvP, they are very fucking toxic. I mean, I used to enjoy playing. That's why I stopped playing Gears, because you get messages where you're in the division you're in, and they mix you with other people that are like Onyx and Masters and Diamond. Right? They expect you to be some kind of fucking MLG pro in rank mode. And I was trying my best, and this guy was messaging me, giving me a load of shit. You know, you're not trying. I'm going to report you for not trying. I said, how do you know I was trying? Well, he was standing there because I was copying the other fucker was trying to take me down with Lancer. You know, but yeah, you get some right toxic messages. You can, you know.
Yeah.
There's no need for it. But what I found is, I done a tweet maybe last week, or I don't know when it was, and it lasted 2 days. I actually asked the question, what is the most toxicity community? And the poll, I think Call of Duty won it. But what I found was that more tweets were coming in reply, and every bloody community is toxic. Fortnite, Rainbow Siege, they're all toxic to an extent. So overall, there wasn't really a standout winner, because people kept putting more entries in as to what was toxic. You always get them out, you know what I mean? You always get them, but they're always careful. They're always careful not to swear on Xbox at you, because they know if you press that report button, they get suspended.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you a game. And a lot of people slept on this game because EA are stupid. And this generation, one of the games that really kind of connected with me like Gears did, it's like story-wise.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, was Titanfall 2. It was so good. So good.
I just wish we could go back in time and have the leadership change at Xbox quicker. And a new Xbox, and Xbox probably would have acquired them, because that was a mistake. Xbox should have acquired them and not let EA buy and gobble them up.
Amen. Amen.
But I don't think they would have sold to them back then because there was a bad blood there was. But the original Titanfall 1 had dedicated servers. They used, a lot of people don't know this, but because it was exclusive, the actual what you were playing on were Microsoft Azure dedicated servers.
Yep.
Now, apparently, from what I heard, Microsoft asked EA, Titanfall 2 developers, Respawn. I don't know if it's true. Do you want to use our access to our dedicated servers? And apparently, they said no. It's not fair on the PlayStation gamers, so it's not equal. But I think, you know, I think they have to pay for it. Probably, I don't know.
Was it peer to peer, right? Titanfall 2.
Yeah, because they weren't dedicated.
Yeah,
but I would love to see a Titanfall 3 come. And you are right, but I've not put a lot of time into Titanfall 2, but
the campaign's amazing.
I need to. See, I've tried this campaign, but it just doesn't feel. It feels like a training mode game. Or have I not got far enough into it?
You haven't got far enough into it. I'm gonna tell you right now. You ever beat that game and you don't shed a tear at the end, and I'm not gonna tell you why. You're not human.
well then I'll get back into that because I thought what is everyone talking about?
It's really good stuff.
It's just a tutorial. So I'm in tutorial mode. I'm not actually in the main campaign yet.
No. When you get into the main campaign, it starts out with you having to put batteries back inside BT 7274 to activate him, and that's where it starts out. I skipped over some stuff to not spoil anything, but that's where the campaign starts. You got to resuscitate BT. Basically.
So I reckon that when I get done with Cyberpunk,
it don't take that long. Stuff. The campaign isn't that long. I'd say you can beat it in like 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours.
Well, if the indie gamer said it's very good, I definitely match it. He's not big into these big shooting games, but he must have played it as well. And everyone says it's good, so I just thought it was a training mode. So obviously I've got to get past that bit.
If you're talking about the part where you got to follow Captain Lastimosa and do like the parkour stuff, you got to get past that. That is a training mode, but you got to get past that.
I played that, and I presumed it was just a training mode campaign.
Yes.
I was like, what is everyone talking about? What are they smoking? I was like, okay, I'm wrong.
You know, if Indy says it's good because he plays most indie games a lot, you know, if you say no, Indy says it's good, brother. It is really good. And that's what's pissed me off that we haven't seen a 3 yet. It's been 4 years.
They deserve it because they've done so well with. I haven't played Jedi Fallen Order, but it's apparently incredible.
So look, Pong Soul just said it too. Titanfall 2 is a must play for the campaign.
And I also own that because at one point I've got the physical disc upstairs. At one point, like all the shops were trying to get rid of it for £5 a piece, but it's in EA Play as well, and I own it on digital as well because it's been in every fucking sale known to man.
Andy said, "How many seconds have you played, Stubbs?" He's giving you a hard time.
But you know what I'm like. I give up. It's like Ori. I've not completed that. It's fucking. I know what to do. It's a hard game. You know,
what up, Pong Soul, by the way. What up, everybody in the chat?
Welcome, Pong Soul. Definitely have to get on this campaign. I've got more chance of completing the Titanfall 2 campaign than I have the Ori game.
Oh, most definitely. Look, I love Ori. It's pretty, but I didn't beat it. I really can't. I'd rather play platformers now. I just don't have patience for them now. I'd rather play the platformers I grew up with, but you have way better chance of beating the Titanfall 2 campaign than beating Ori.
Yeah, I do. Definitely.
And if I had time to complete all these games, I would, but I just Ori's great, but it definitely would take you longer steps.
Yeah, it was. I spent hours in the bit I'm in. I've spent hours in on Ori trying to do it. I know. I looked it up. I cheated. I know what to do. I just can't do it. I've been trying. Yeah. So, but yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Pong Soul. But no, it's quite a good gaming history you've got there, Jago. What was your favorite Dreamcast games then?
Well, I still actually have a Dreamcast sitting right here in front of me.
Oh, here. Oh, cool.
Yep. Well, some of my favorite well, of course, the Sonic Adventure. That blew my mind the first time I seen it. Of course, I think it blew a lot of people's minds the first time they seen it. Just trying to think. I've had more games and played so many games, and I forgot more than I remember now. Because I've always been like multiple consoles. I've never had just one that I concentrate on. But I even had the Saturn back in the day. I've had every Sega console. I had the Saturn too. The only thing I take that back, the only one I didn't have was the 32X because I was like, I ain't buying that bullshit. I'd rather have this Sega Saturn over that any day of the week. Had a Sega CD as well. Like I said, I've had about all of them. But Dreamcast favorite, well, of course there was, like I said, Sonic Adventure because I've gone off on a tangent there. And then Power Stone, of course, 1 and 2. Okay. They were so good. You know, I like fighting games. If you couldn't tell by my avatar.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Killer Instinct still the best fighting game franchise ever. Anyway, get that out of the way.
Oh, Daz might have something to say about that.
The Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I played that one. They re-released it, didn't they? You can buy it on the Xbox, can you? I suppose it's better playing it on Dreamcast. You know.
Well, I think that's the only place I ever played it. But I played so many. Hold on, I'm actually looking. I got some of my Dreamcast games. Come here. The ones I have left anyway. Shenmue, love Shenmue. Right, I still got it. Yep. Looking at the case right now, I love that. Jet Grind Radio, fantastic game.
Jet Grind Radio.
Yeah.
What's that? A sequel to Jet Set Radio?
I can't remember. I think it was.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. Sort of the Berserk Guts Rage. I kept that because that was fucking a phenomenal game. By Eidos.
Game you'll talk about. I've heard them on NLG. It's this Panzer Dragoon game on the Dreamcast.
Panzer Dragoon, yes. That's one I played it, but I never kept it.
I hear it's quite expensive.
Oh, now, yeah. I think Crimson Dragon or Dragoon was the sequel to it, right? But on the Xbox One, or something like that. I can't remember. But like I'm looking at, I still got Heavy Metal. I was a fighting game too. It had music the soundtrack was by Megadeth. It was awesome. God, what else?
Apparently that is Jet Set Radio's sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Ramona Johnson. I think is that you, Moan Dog Gaming. I think that's Moan Dog Gaming.
And then of course, I love fighters, so I've got Capcom versus SNK, Millennium Fight 2000, and then I got Capcom versus SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, and they're both the Japanese version.
Nice.
And I can play them on my Dreamcast. You just got to put it into Game Shark first. Put the Game Shark CD in first and get it to load up, and then you just put the disc in, and you think you're playing an American game when it's actually a Japanese game.
Oh, I do remember that. I remember. I think I do remember that because I had a relation that had the Dream. I didn't have the Dreamcast. The relation had it. We used to go around there playing. He used to get hold of imported games too on Dreamcast.
Crazy enough, too. This is going to sound crazy, but one of my favorite games on the Dreamcast was a game called. I was talking about this to somebody. I think it was Mike. We might have been talking. I don't remember we were talking about it now because I work so much and just the days blend together. Was if anybody had a Dreamcast, you remembered Seaman or Seaman. It was a fish. He was like a pet fish. He was voiced by Leonard Nimoy. The fish would talk to you. Oh. Believe it or not. So you turn on your TV and it was like a virtual fish tank, and you could talk to it because when you bought the game, it came with a microphone you inserted into like one of the little cartridge, what do you call it, the VMU slots on top.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Look it up sometime.
I will.
And like I said,
it's on my radar to get a Dreamcast. It is at some point. I've got the whole retro bug as well.
Fun. So Seaman was crazy. It was. And back says Seaman or Seaman. I don't know. Ever how you pronounce it. Seaman. Seaman. But yeah, like I said, I've had a bunch. I'm sure there's some games on the Dreamcast. I think was it Dreamcast? Was Was Dreamcast on the was it Marvel versus Capcom? Was that on it? I think it was. Yeah, Marvel versus Capcom. Pretty sure. And X-Men. X-Men. What's the name of the fighting game? Which just X-Men. I can't remember. Children of the Atom.
You need Dazzy, you do. Something like that.
I can't keep all these games in my head. But Stubbs, I'm 43. Like I said, I've had so many.
You're not that old. That's old, Jago. You're not that old, Jago. You're in your 40s.
Well,
you probably feel it, maybe.
With what I do, yeah.
You're a builder or something, then?
Huh?
You're a builder or something?
No, I do hardwood. I do hardwood for a living. Have for the past 20 years, brother.
What's that?
Hardwood floors.
Oh, hardwood floors. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, because you were absolutely disgusted with me because I told you I've got carpets.
Yeah.
If you knew what was in them, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, if you knew what was in them, you'd pull them up straight away because they're disgusting. No, I can do the installation, sand, refinish, do all that.
Nice.
And I've done it like I said, I've done it for 20 years. I've done this pretty much since I got out of the military.
Oh, is it a skill you learned in the military or not?
No, I learned. I was a mechanic in the military. I was 63 Bravo, a light wheel vehicle mechanic. I've always worked with my hands, so no, I was a mechanic in the military. This is something I learned like right after, not too long after.
Right. Just sometimes you learn stuff in the military. That's all. But you're a mechanic, so can you fix your own car then?
I don't work on them as much as I used to, but yeah, I mean, as long as it's not something like major where like it needs an engine replacement, I ain't doing all that. But yeah, if something goes like a new alternator or old chains or belts or whatever, or new brake pads, anything like that, I can do.
Fair enough. Yeah, you've got a fan in the chat. Looper says no, big no. I have all laminate flooring.
Laminate. I got laminate.
Well, it ain't down to me. It's down to my, you know, when you're at home, it's down to your missus, isn't it? It's not down to me.
Yeah. Well, as long as the wife's happy, your life's happy. What's that saying? Yeah. Happy life, happy wife, happy life.
Welcome, Mr. Tucci. Thanks for stopping by.
What up, Mr. Tucci?
We were talking about you earlier, about how many games you buy and you don't complete them.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I just can't do that. Like I tell people all the time, I'm really picky with what I buy because I used to buy everything, and I realized that like I've got games now that I still haven't beaten. Like I bought Resident Evil 2, the one that came out, the remake, last year, and I still haven't beaten it. I started it, and then Anthem came out, and I dropped it and never went back. I've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, still haven't beaten it. And like I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why am I buying all these games? I got a backlog anyway. And then now I got Game Pass. Jesus, I don't have time. Like I'm glad people you had lots of time to game and you want to buy everything, but I'm realistic with my time now. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like I got Cyberpunk now, and that's gonna be. I'm gonna be playing that for a minute. Unless I play, I have time or community game night, which I rarely have time to do. But unless something like that, I'm gonna be playing Cyberpunk. Like I still need to get back into Avengers and try out the Kate Bishop DLC because that's new story. But I still haven't done that. I still haven't played the Song of Iron demo, which I really want to do because I'm really looking forward to that game. So.
But no, you're right. I mean, Mr. Tucci's bought Resident Evil 2 and 3, and he hasn't even started them.
Yeah, see, I wanted to buy 3. I'm like, I'm not buying 3 remake when I ain't even finished 2. No, just don't have the time, man. And then sometimes you'll buy something and you'll start it, and like it's really good. The game 2 was really good, but now I'm just like, I'll get to it when I get to it. Like it's like once you, I don't know, it's like once you start it, you're having fun with it, but then you put it down, it's hard to go back to it, even though the game's really good.
Oh, it is, because I remember Moan Dog Gaming's in chat. He's changed over his tag now. He's put his cape on now. He has, but I caught him out as well because he was all hyped, for Avengers, and he bought it. He says I bought it on the PlayStation because I'm going to get Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And I says to him, have a look on your box. He says, what do you mean? Have a look on your box. So I got hold of the image of a box, and I zoomed in and sent it to him. Oh, I never seen that. You know the 2021 bit,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
not coming. He said, I never seen it. I just seen Spider-Man exclusive. I didn't think to read it. You know,
yeah. I didn't. No
but,
offense. I love
but,
Spider-Man.
but
The
he's
game.
got PlayStation, so he still get it. You know, right?
I love Spider-Man when it came out in 2018, but I'm not a big enough Spider-Man fan to worry like to buy it on the PlayStation when I mainly game on Xbox. I'm like, but you're not getting the extra character. I'm like, yes, that may be true. I'm not getting the one character for $60, paying the same price, but I don't really give a shit because they got so many other characters coming for free. Like Kate Bishop's the first one. Then there's supposed to be Hawkeye right after her, and supposedly Black Panther and uh, Doctor Strange. I've heard all these are supposed to become a lot. I make a bunch. So, and then every time they drop a new character, it comes with story DLC that furthers the story that ends, furthers the story that ends and at the end of the campaign. So
That is good. That is, you know. But no, it's just it's what you like, though, isn't it? You know, it is. But Moan Dog, if you've not heard of him, and he's coming on the Stubbscast on Friday. He is. He's a
nice.
content creator with Max Chain. He's coming on with Max. I'll advertise it. It will. To two good guys. They're podcasters as well. They are.
What up, Moondog? Shizno, Lupa, Masuka, everybody, Z-Bite Rider.
Everyone stop by.
Make sure you hit that like button for Stubbs.
Yeah, press the like.
And make sure you share this out. I'm so bad I haven't shared that either, but make sure you share it out and you hopefully you don't get competition on the tweet like you got earlier, Stubbs.
I'm not going to go into that.
No, I'm not going to go into it either. No, I'm old school, and I was a Sega guy. So I kind of felt like the natural transition from Sega was Xbox. And
everyone says that. Everyone says that. And it's all to do with the controller.
Well, I mean, Sega.
Apparently, they say it's a lot to do with the controller because it's similar.
Well, if you look at the Dreamcast, it's got powered by Windows CE on the front. They already had their partnership, and it just felt like when Sega's, they got out of console business. Sega was always edgy and in your face, and they did a lot of innovative things in the console market over the generations. And then when Xbox came out, it felt like the spiritual successor. It felt like Sega in a way. So you kind of, if you were a Sega guy, you kind of gravitated to the Xbox, whether you had a PlayStation or not. And I had a PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 1. I had a PlayStation 2. But when Microsoft and Xbox came out, it kind of felt like that same edgy in your face thing. You were like, yes, somebody to kind of take Sega's place.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Yeah, Moan Dog, you can put your link in the chat. I've just made it so you can post it. But yeah, no, Sega. A lot. I hear that's a common theme. A lot of people went from Sega, jumped to Xbox.
Yeah, I miss Sega consoles too, Shizno. Sega did what Nintendo don't.
Yeah. Sega's called Sega Sammy now. It's not actually called the actual company. If you actually look it up, it's actually called Sega Sammy.
Yeah.
But if you look it up on Wikipedia, it just still says Sega, but the actual company is called Sega Sammy now. There's a lot of history on it, and it's the guy's son owns it.
Yeah, what up, Stinking Corpse?
Stinking Corpse is welcome, Stinking Corpse. How you doing?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, and if there's you can look it up on the internet. A lot of people don't know that one of the main reasons Sega went out of business is a lot to blame on themselves, with just bad timing, like Sega of Japan and Sega of America didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. That's why you had the Sega Saturn, and then that's why you had the 32X. They were trying to do their own thing, and then like releasing the Saturn on whatever E3 it was so many years ago, saying the Saturn was available today. That pissed a lot of retailers off. They wouldn't even carry the Saturn, so it didn't get as much love, or a lot of people didn't see it, get their eyes on it, whatever. And then not too long after, I remember how many years after that, they released the Dreamcast. Sega had a lot of missteps back in the day. They tripped all over their own feet. Yeah, did a lot of things they shouldn't have, and that's one of the main reasons why they kind of were not I'd say fourth out of the console business, but kind of had to.
Yeah, they did. I mean, yeah, it's just financial constraints, you know. I don't even think with the Sega Sammy what's in now, they couldn't afford to launch a console. I think that's why they got such a good deal with Microsoft, because I think there's obviously a financial agreement going on with all these games from Sega going to Game Pass.
Yeah,
You know, I imagine it's not cheap either.
no,
But everyone thinks that Game Pass, you know, they all get the games for free. They don't. Every company's paid for their games to get. You know, it's business, isn't it? Works both ways.
I think if I had to pick, and I know a lot of people say this, but if I had to pick a favorite console of all time, it would probably be the Dreamcast. The damn thing was so innovative, and the games and this for at times games look better on it than they did actually in arcades. I think, as far as I remember, arcades been so long, but I mean, it was just, man, it was an amazing console. I'm an Xbox guy, but the Dreamcast is. I will never get rid of this thing. I don't care how much somebody will try to buy it from me. And it ain't modded. It's the original. I've done nothing to it. I don't plan on doing nothing to it.
That's good to hear. That is, yeah. I do plan on getting one eventually, but I did, you know. But
the VMUs were revolutionary. You could, if you were playing sports at the time, you could see your play on the VMU, and then it wouldn't be on screen. Just like I said, Sega innovated a lot of innovative things. It really hurt. It did, man. It really hurt me when Sega went out of business. And I know a lot of Sega fans will say the same thing. It was almost like you lost a loved one. Like, no, Sega.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I still love it when you boot Sonic up. Sega.
Yeah.
Right, classic. Welcome, Lee Murray King. Thanks for stopping by. Lee Murray King said Sega were very much focused on the arcade machines as well.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, they were. Yeah, I want to get. That's why. There's that. They got that arcade 1-up. God, I'm drawing a blank. What is it? God, why am I doing this to myself? I'm trying to think of something, and my mind goes blank. The new arcade 1-up. What's the driving game? Somebody help me.
I don't know.
God damn it.
Virtual Racer? No.
Crap. Hold on. I'm gonna have to look it up because it's gonna drive me nuts.
I think I know. There was a bit. I can't think of it. It's big. Like NASCAR. No.
It's gonna drive me. Outrun. The Outrun cabinet.
Outrun. Oh,
yeah. It's got a seat where you sit down, steering wheel, all that jazz. Man, I want to get that so bad. That'll probably be my next and last one I get.
I've got a question from Mr. Tushi.
What's that?
Jago, did you ever put an egg in your VM? Wait a minute. I don't know if he's joking or being serious. He's probably knowing him. He's being serious. Jago, did you ever put an egg in your VMU from Sonic and train it to
fight against friends? I don't remember, Mr. Tushy. That was so long ago. Could you do that? I don't think I ever did, or I didn't know about it. If that's real, that's news to me because maybe I didn't play Sonic Adventure enough to know or something. Maybe I did know. Maybe I just forgot. I don't remember, honestly. He said he's serious. No,
he would be. Yeah, knowing him.
Yeah, man, I can't believe you never had a Saturn, Stubbs. Not Saturn, a Dreamcast. I mean,
I'm getting one, but not the minute. It's on my list. The wife knows I want one. Because actually, you've done something dangerous here with this Mega Drive. So what do you mean? Well, I now want the Sega Saturn. I want the Nintendo Wii back because I used to have a Nintendo Wii, and I had shed loads of games. And I had the steering wheels for Mario Kart. I sold it all.
Yeah,
like a dickhead.
I sold all mine too, Stubbs. I felt like a dickhead too.
my kids would love the Wii. in the living room. He loves it. I mean, I've given him my Xbox, but I reckon he'd like the Wii more. You know.
You know what? The last Nintendo console. Everybody knows me. Knows I'm not a. I don't get down with Nintendo no more. I really can't stand Nintendo. But the last Nintendo console I ever bought was the GameCube, and I didn't even buy it for a first party game. I bought it for Resident Evil 4. I think it was the first
them small discs, yeah, didn't they?
Yeah, they had their own proprietary discs.
Stop piracy, weren't it? I think.
Yeah, it was to try to stop piracy. Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the only game that interests me, I think, when the GameCube launched was the Resident Evil 4 because I'm pretty sure that was the first place you could play it. So, because I love Resident Evil. So I bought that and I never bought another game for it. And I was like, and I finally sold it. I'm like, what? It's just sitting there. And I beat Resident Evil 4 and I was like, I'm just selling this thing. And then after that, I was like, the Wii, everybody and their grandmother had the Wii. So I didn't have to. Yeah. I played it damn near any place I went, somebody had it. So I played it. So I don't need to buy this. And then the Wii U was it was whatever. It was a tablet add-on to, not really, but you know what I'm saying. So I didn't need that. And then the Switch, I don't play on the go. If I'm sitting in my chair, I want a controller in my hands, whether it be in here or in the living room. I don't like I had the PSP.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, but I actually had one too. And people like them for movies. They used to have movies on too, didn't they?
Yeah. Like I had the Sega Game Gear, I had the Sega Nomad, I had the Atari Lynx back in the day, but I never played them like I did my consoles. I'm not, so I switched. Nintendo doesn't interest me at all anymore, and I damn sure ain't gonna sit. If I'm at home, I'm gonna sit and play on a mobile console, a portable console. I'm gonna play on my console, my regular one.
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it with the Wii, I mean, when it comes to first party, obviously you're not going to get Zelda Breath of the Wild, but for the most part, if you're playing Mario games and that, pretty much all the same. Sorry, but they are. Before I came on the show, I was trying to catch up with Indie Gamer. Went onto the Double Barrel Gaming's podcast, the 2020 Game Award prediction show, and Indy said, "I'm going to say something now." He says, "Generally, with the Nintendo first party games, they're not graphical. A lot of the Mario games are all literally the same, and no one ever moans about them." And he's right. I'm sure it was Indie Gamer said it, but he is right. They can release anything Mario, and it will be, oh wow, this is jaw dropping. This is amazing. Well done, Nintendo.
What up, Mike?
They can have the same kind of, first party. Don't get me wrong, their Mario games are good, but generally they're all the same. Really.
Don't get me wrong. I grew up with Nintendo, but Nintendo didn't grow up with me. Other places started offering games that I was more interested in the older I got, and those places were Xbox and PlayStation. And yeah, I've played Mario. I got a NES Mini in the living room. I've played the Marios. I've played Sonic. I've done all that. Now, when I got older, I was looking at more mature experiences, like shooters or more mature, and plus I like the visual upgrades we got each new generation. But I just felt like Nintendo didn't offer me anything that I couldn't get somewhere else. After say like the GameCube, I'm like, I'm done with Nintendo, and I will never buy one. And I will buy another Nintendo when they make a console or some games or both that interest me, and that's just it. I mean, and they have it. So
no, I fully get that. There's a lot of people that used to be big Nintendos and now they're not. It's just one of them things. But I will say one thing that people don't realise is that Nintendo Switch, there's more adult-based games than any other console on that bloody Switch. There is. You wouldn't believe that, would you? They're not first party, though. They're in that store, apparently.
No, I wouldn't know because I don't have one.
No, I don't either. That's kind of what people have told me, But yeah,
you say what up to Mike, OD and OG? He's in the house.
Welcome, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, welcome, Mike Mullers from NLG. How you doing?
Yeah, like
Yes, yeah.
I'd rather buy an Amico any day than a Switch.
They
That's no
do look
lie.
good. I've been looking, and they do look good. You
My
know.
wife is actually interested in an Amico, so I'm probably gonna have. I didn't be pre-order one or whatever, but I'm gonna get one from probably GameStop when they come out, or when I can get one because my wife's not a console gamer; she's a mobile gamer. She's barely a gamer at all, but she does play on mobile games. But she says
Well, biggest
she's
market mobile is. You know.
yeah, and she saw some of those games. She's like, because she cannot figure out she cannot play games with a controller. She just can't, and she blows her mind. I can play games, and she watches me. She's like, I don't know how you do it. You put a controller in her hand, and she's I try to teach her how to play gears, and I said you got to push this stick to walk, and I said pretend this stick is your head. Now push forward this stick to walk, and now look around. And she was walking like looking straight up at the sky. She could not get it. She could. She gave up. But
Funny
she was
you
looking
should
at.
say that though. You know the old XCloud. They are actually Xbox are actually making. You know how you're supposed to use the controller. They are actually a lot of the games I noticed now are getting
Mobile.
on the cloud. They're
Yep.
actually building in on-screen touch controls
Touch
for
controls.
people. They
Yep.
are not all the games yet, but they are slowly adding them touch controls for all the games.
Well, the games themselves are just too much for her because she didn't grow up gaming. So that's why she likes mobile games. But so she looked at the Amico and she's like, I think I could actually play those with you. I'm like, sweet. Because I'm the only gamer in my house. She'll watch me play games. Like she was watching me play Cyberpunk today. And she'll watch me play story games, like a lot of PlayStation stuff. But other than that, she just games on mobile. But she thinks she can actually play the games on the Amico with me. So that's probably why I'll get one.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, by the sounds of it, you're a pleasing Mike. You are. In chat.
The Amico looks awesome. Like I said, I told you before, like when we first started, I started with the Atari. I didn't even know anybody back in the day that had an Amico. Everybody I knew, and when I was young, had the Atari 2600 or what was it, the 7800. So I missed out on that. And like I didn't know nobody that had the ColecoVision either. I didn't even hear of a ColecoVision until I got older. I'm like, what is that? So to say that's two I've never had. So I've had everything from like Atari 2600 and then from the Sega and everything. Hell, I even had a Jaguar. I bought a Jaguar day one. Sorry, Jaguar.
Were you one of these big Perfect Dark fans back in the day?
No, that was a Nintendo. That was a Nintendo thing.
Oh yeah, N64, weren't it?
Yeah, Nintendo 64. And I didn't keep my Nintendo 64 long. The main reason I bought it, I think, was Killer Instinct Gold. Or might have been GoldenEye. I don't remember. But no, I've never played the Perfect Dark for the 360. So the new Perfect Dark now, that looks interesting. That'd probably be a day one buy. But I've never played the franchise.
No, I haven't either, because I was like on the next podcast because they randomly, he left the DM open, said if anyone wants to jump in. So I did, and when it came to Perfect Dark, I says I've never played the game before. I says, I'm not excited. The game looks all right, but I'm not actually excited because I don't have the nostalgia for Perfect Dark. It just looks
I don't
good.
either.
It does look good, but whether it will look like that when the game comes out, because a lot of games change. A lot of games change the look do. For various reasons when they're making a game, they have to make decisions and change games. But Xbox has got a very promising future ahead. I think soon the days are going to be gone of when Xbox launches terrible games. It is coming the future where Xbox releases games that people love. Because I started to play CFAs recently with Mr. Tucci and others. I've got to start give Mrs. Looper a go with CFAs because apparently she likes CFAs. Now they shared a tweet they did of the company CFAs when it started and CFAs now, and I can see why they were laughed at when it came out. You've got to see after the show. I'll send you the tweet. You've got to see the difference. It was diabolical.
You talking about it was on Twitter today, where how it started and now how it's looking.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That's terrible.
Sea of Thieves, right? I played Sea of
Yeah.
Thieves when at launch.
It's really good now. Really good. I love it.
I haven't gone back to that game in probably over a year, probably a year and a half, almost 2 years, probably.
If you go by yourself, though, it's crap.
It's boring. It's boring as shit. Let's just be honest.
No, with mates, it's really not. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
No. Sea of Thieves by yourself is boring to me. Yeah. But Sea of Thieves with friends, that's the only way I'll play it. It's really fun. Really fun with friends.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we learned our lesson one night. We picked up a chest of sorrow, not knowing, and we couldn't work out why our boat had sunk. We couldn't fix it, and then we found this chest of sorrow, and we chucked it on the little boat to make a getaway. Another boat we had,
the dinghy,
and it was sinking, and it was the dinghy, and it was sinking the dinghy, and it was the bloody chest of sorrow. It was, but we were noobs. We didn't know.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about because I guess I haven't played it so long.
It's all good, But yeah, so the chat's having fun anyway. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone.
Yeah, like I said, like sometimes I envy people that decided not because of a monetary reason, but just decided that they wanted to stick with that console because that meant you were more likely to play more of those games on that console. Like, if you only had one. Like back in the day, I really love video games. And if there was a game on another console, I was like, I'm buying that console. I have my home console, which was I was a Sega kid. Yeah. But I also bought the Super Nintendo because like games like Mega Man X or Castlevania that used the Mode 7 where you just whatever it's called, the map would turn. Because Sega just didn't have that. But see, I missed out on a lot of games that other gamers may have played because I was all over the place. I was like a kid in the candy store. If there was a new console, I'm buying it. New experiences to be had somewhere else. Even though I did have a main console, like I'm an Xbox guy now, but I will buy a PlayStation because I want to experience. But I think. So that's why I say I feel like I'm envious people that decided just like I want one console because they may have experienced some games I may have missed out on. But I just couldn't do that to myself. I couldn't just like, no, I'm going to have one console. No.
Yeah, I see your point. It's like, I mean, I've only got Xbox at the minute, and that's due to not. I do want to rebuy PS4, but you might as well wait for a PS5 in a couple of years. I might get one. Because I used to have a PS4. I bought Destiny 1 heavily.
I didn't buy the PS4 day one because there was nothing at launch that interested me. And I was an Xbox guy, and then they had a lot of great games. I felt like at launch that, like, of course they had Killer Instinct. That's my favorite fighting franchise of all time. And then they had Rise, Son of Rome. They had Dead Rising 3, stuff like that. But when PlayStation got something that I wanted to play, I bought it. I bought it in 2015. And then I picked up VR for it, in 2016 when it came out? But like, right, you can't find one right now, stuff anyway. Like, I want a PS5 and an Xbox Series X, but I can't find one.
No, you can't. It's mental. But the problem is, for some reason, the people keep banging on about the PlayStation selling out more. I'm not getting into the fanboy wars, but I was told by some people that apparently the PS5 was more desirable because the scalper price, they rip you off more for a PS5. But I don't believe that, I believe they rip you off more, but doesn't mean they're more desirable.
The PS5 isn't more desirable than me. I'd rather have a Xbox Series X because, and I don't want to. I hate people go, well, you play on PC. I do not play on PC, so throw that in the bushes. Yeah. I only play my Xbox games on a console, so I'd rather have a Series X. But I want a PS5 for those third person over the. There are a lot of games like that. But I love those. I mean, I enjoy those experiences. That's some of the games my wife actually loves to watch. Like I got Ghost of Tsushima for Christmas. I just can't I can't have it till Christmas, but I can't wait to play through that. Hopefully, I'll be done with Cyberpunk by that
time. Hopefully, yeah. Definitely. But no, yeah, it's definitely been a good chat, Jago. It has. It's definitely been a good chat.
It's been lively.
Yeah, the chat's loved it. They got you sparked off a lot of people's memories you have.
Yeah, and like I'm glad everybody's having a good time. Like K Mega, he tried to have me on. He tried to have me on GRG the past 2 Fridays, and I just been just so. Last Friday, I got home late, too tired, and I was like, no. And then I got home late. I think I don't remember exactly what time, but I told him like, man, I just can't. I'm still at work. I'll never make it by the time you start, and if I do, I'm just gonna be beat. So I'm hoping maybe next Friday I'll have a chance to be on DRG. And he starts at I think 8 and it's gonna be 9 my time. So but
Hey, goodness, that's like 2 in the morning here.
well,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Like, if you don't see me on Twitter or not, it's not because, I hate anybody. It's just I have very limited time. I'm probably either gaming or I'm sleeping, catching up on rest or whatever. So and when I get a chance to game, I jump on and play with people. I love gaming. Like I need to do another Titanfall community night. I love playing Titanfall or something. I just gotta have the time or
Mr. Tushy.
Like I mean, did Mr. Tushy have one last night?
Yeah, because everyone was surprised because I didn't turn up because there was Gears 5 was on.
I was at work yesterday, of course, and by the time I got home, dude, I was tweeting and I was tired and ended up, I don't know, I was just like my mind wasn't in the right state of mind to play video games. I was just physically and mentally exhausted. I was like, ugh.
That's fair enough. That's not the way it is,
You know how it is.
But yeah, I'll have to suggest it to him because I know I blame Mr. Tushy. I said to him, "You put Gears 5, but he's got me into Sea of Thieves, playing Sea of Thieves."
I saw that tweet,
much. And I was like, I do like Gears, but I don't play the multiplayer much anymore. I like a good horde game with the correct people.
Yes,
I do like that. I do.
Horde on Gears is good. My favorite horde
randoms has to be with specific people, community members, and that.
My favorite horde still to this day, and there's a lot of people who say Gears 2 horde, which I love Gears 2 horde, but for me, my favorite horde is Gears 3.
I like Gears 3. I don't remember Gears 2 horde.
I do because I played the shit out of it with randoms back in the day over just game chat. But my favorite is Gears 3 horde. It's my favorite.
Yeah, can't argue with that. But yeah, it's been a really good chat. It has.
It has.
But I've had fun. I didn't even have a script; it just bounced off what we were talking about.
Well,
because I know you so well. You don't always need it. You see.
That's what we do on Retro Renegades. We don't script shit.
Oh, that's right. Because I know I'm not going on a lot of podcasts at the minute, but see, this is the way I describe Retro Renegades. Not everyone's been on Retro Renegades.
No.
The way I got on Retro Renegades, once I mentioned to Daz in the BG4 GDM, I says, you know what? I says, I'd really love to go on the Retro Renegades one day. It's an awesome show. Next thing you know, I'm getting DMs off Graphic God and everyone. Do you want to come on now? Here's a link. But I couldn't because I was working. And eventually, when I got time, I came on. And I've been coming on more recently because I get invited. But I describe it, I'm going to be careful now. It is not a podcast, people.
No, it's not.
You get told off if you say it's a podcast.
Graphic God hates that. We are not a podcast.
It's a show. The way I can describe it is it's more like a big Xbox Live party to me. That's how I describe it. Yep. And you can just talk when you want. If you don't, sometimes. And I remember when Xbox came on, he was trying his best to try and start topics, and everyone was derailing him.
Yes, no topics. If it comes up, it comes up. That's like what the missus said. But
exactly. I went on the next podcast just because I was watching the it live. And I just went on with it, but
everybody. This is how we describe Retro Renegades. It's like we're all we're all adults standing in a bar that has an arcade in it. We're hanging out, talking, reminiscing about games, just having fun playing games and just bullshitting.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. With retros, you are right. It's really good. It's a really good show. I mean,
like everyone's welcome. If if you're not a toxic troll douchebag and you're just a genuine, real, just a good person, you're not out there to be a dickhead. Anybody's welcome on Retro Renegades.
I know, because I didn't ask for a while, because I said to Daz, I said it's because it mentions retro. I thought you had to be of a certain age, and he went, "No, you don't. You just have to be, because Flemish is the youngest, isn't he?
Yeah, Flemish is
I
youngest.
don't think he's on every week. Is he on every week? I don't. Is he? I don't know if
he missed
Very.
he missed last week, and I think week before.
But you've got Looper. You got Looper as a new edition, haven't you?
Yeah,
She
Lucas.
comes
Yes,
on for an hour each week. Is it about an hour-ish?
yeah, she's on for an hour until RDX comes on. Then she jumps over there and hangs out in the chat there. But yeah, she's the newest. She's the newest member. She's good. Good
She's on
people.
fire. She's everywhere. Looper is.
Yeah. I don't know how she does it. I can't be everywhere. I'm stretched thin as it is.
No, Looper. Here's a question for you. Do you want to come on a community spotlight on my show whenever you can?
You should, Lupa.
You have already been requested. You have. I've had some DMs about you.
This has been fun. Like I told you last night that when Bloom started his channel, he did a community spotlight on me.
I'm going to look this up. I'm going to. Hopefully, it's still there. I'm going to.
It's still there. I look back. It's still there.
I'm going to listen to that. I am.
That's what he started his channel. That's how he started his channel. Basically, he would do some community spotlights and a few other things. And I was one of the people he actually did it on until he stopped doing them. And it wasn't like this, but it was he would learn about you and make a video telling the community about this community member. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember how long it was. It might be 10 minutes. I don't know. It might be 8 minutes. I don't remember. But it's still there. I saw it last night.
Fair enough, But yeah, it's been a really good show. Thanks for coming on, Jago. I will eventually get the whole Dazcast and / Dazcast DM if they come on eventually over time.
I appreciate you having me, brother. This was fun.
It was fun. I got a Stubbscast Friday, everyone. I got Moan Dog Gaming on that's in chat and Max Chambers on. They're two YouTubers. They're good creators. Moan Dog does a lot of streaming, but yeah, that'll be an interesting one. But at the same time, on this coming Friday,
I work so much I don't get a chance to be on other podcasts. But I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it because it's been like because I've interviewed so many people and it's always different chemistry, but it really works with you. Because I've known you for quite a
while now. Yeah. We were supposed to do this a long time ago. Remember?
Well, you're probably one of the first on the Stubbscast.
Yes.
It never ended up happening. I don't know why.
Work, man. I'm always working. So, yeah.
It was anyway. Yes. And I've also, I've got all my Stubbscast booked up for the rest of the year. There is one next week. I'm quite excited about, but I'm not saying who it is. I'm leaving that one until he's okayed it. But yes. Anyway, people, thanks for stopping by. Do you want to tell people where they can find you? But I suppose they know already.
You can. Well, first of all, I appreciate everybody that come and hung out, man. I really do. Supporting Stubbs and me, and make sure you share it out. I still got to share it out. I shared it out last night. I got to share it out again. But you can find me on Twitter it's JagoKuken at Retro Renegades. It's because I had to change account. Remember, Stubbs, I got banned for dumb shit.
It's in the description though.
At Twitter, feel free to add me on Xbox. It's at JagoKuken. Same, it's close, similar avatar. You'll recognize me. And I actually got a YouTube channel that I barely do anything with, but yeah, you can find me there, the same name. And you can find me on a PlayStation 4 or on PlayStation anyway, at my old gamer tag, and I just never changed it. It's at Tuscany34. That's how old I was at the time. That's how old that gamer tag is. It's almost 10 years old. But yeah, and you can find me on Retro Renegades. Not right now because we shut up shop for the holidays. We're coming back again.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. We're in hiatus until after the holidays. We're not doing anymore. But when we come back, you can find me on Retro Renegades every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and just it's like 4 p.m. Pacific and whatever it is. and your own time zone. But yeah, every Tuesday night, Retro Renegades, and a random here and there, like tonight on Stubbscast.
Community Spotlight.
Yes, Community Spotlight. Yes, and then if you see me online, add me on Xbox. Like I said, you should be playing something. If I got, you hit me up or something, we'll play some games.
Yeah, anyway, thanks for coming out, Jago. Thanks, Daz, Mishuku, Shizno, Moondog, Looper. Oh, bloody hell. Masuko.
Masuko. Pongsoul.
Yeah, Pongsoul.
Michael McGuire.
Michael McGuire.
Shizno, everybody who stopped by, man. It was fun.
Yeah, it definitely was. Thanks, everyone, for stopping in. And I'll see you all on midweek gaming if you come on Wednesday. So, anyway, thanks, everyone, and I'll see you soon.
Be good.
Who's on the Stubbscast next Sunday? It's a creator called Powered by Mo, but he hasn't got a channel, but he's got a vast knowledge of YouTube and how it works, and it'll be a very knowledgeable show to watch. That will be. He knows a lot about YouTube. He does. So, anyway, right. Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you soon.